You need to let God bring that person to you. We are the elect of God. He knows, even before you ask. Then he had his great writer, Paul, in Ephesians 5 and 5. Listen to what God said. You know, some of us get so wrapped up in things. Even in the church, you can't covet a position. God has to anoint you for that position. Too many times, folks, well, I tried that too. I can only talk about, well, Lord, I was to be a good deacon for you. I was ordained and all of that. He said, that ain't it. That ain't no deacon. You go and be the deacon all you want, but you going to preach. I had no choice. I wouldn't cry. I told y'all this stuff, but I cried. I wrung my tears out of my pajama top when he called me to the work, and I couldn't deny that he had called me. For this ye know. Listen now. This is how important this word covetousness is. You can't play with it. For this ye know that no whoremonger, you want to be in that bunch, nor unclean person, meaning those who are confused about their gender, nor coveted man who is, if you covet something, let God take, who is what? An idolater, has any inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and of God. Now you can't just run by that, children. Beloved, you cannot. He said you ain't gonna have no part in it. You have no inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and of God. I especially want you to underline, because as this lead into the Christmas message, it will make more sense to you. Now listen, Philippians 4, we're about through for today. Oh, glory. Let's go to Philippians 4 and 11, 12, and 13. Sis, will you read that for me? Give me the horse right now. You can take one of these mics. I think it's on. Well, all right. Read that for me. I want y'all, because y'all think I made it up. See, if you're the child of God, you don't have to worry about what is it, baby?
Philippians 4.
Verse 11, 12, 13.
Verses, not that I speak in respect of one, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content.
Yeah.
I know both how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed, both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things
what you say?
through Christ who strengthens me.
Do you hear that? That is so simple. How many times you heard that in church? It ought to mean more to you. Because you got to understand, he said, look around anybody here. They don't look like they're hurting that bad, but right now some of them are so down in the mouth they think the world coming to an end. Because I ain't getting what I want. Look at yourself. You're healthy. You don't look like somebody, and there's too many meals in there. Matter of fact, I'm talking to myself. Because it's coming up this time where if you don't let discipline take over, you're going to end up picking up a few of them pounds and then almost running yourself there to get them out. Just eat moderately. Enjoy it in the Lord. And God tells us very simply in 1 Corinthians 12, 31 and 1 Corinthians 13 and 1. These verses mean far more as God has been dealing, and especially this time. When I come in the sanctuary, yeah, some of y'all kind of down in the mouth now. You are. Because the Lord has showed it to me. But God said, instead of covering that stuff, let's do something a little better than that. Is that all right? It says, but covet earnestly the best gift. I think Minister Moore, if you would ask something, she told you about the best gift. She told you about the one that if you accept that, you know, whatever you get, you're thankful. Whatever you get, you're so appreciative to God that you just say, thank you, Lord. See, I've heard my wife talk about how they celebrate Christmas. If they got a bag with an orange and an apple in, they were happy. Shoot, that was a big Christmas. But now, you give some kids an apple and an orange, they be mad the rest of the year. I wonder why. Where that come from? Huh? You see, but God, he said, but covet honestly the best gift. And yet show I unto you a more excellent way. And this is what it is. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not love, I am become a sounding brass and a tinkling cymbal. Why? Because you don't have any selfish desires. The only desire you have is to do the will of the Father. And I'm only going to give you this verse, and I want you to read it, because too many times we don't understand that our God says, work out your own salvation. What did he say? With fear and trembling. What does that mean in regard to what we said today? I'll give you the verse next week. First of all, as I get ready, folks, the number one thing you've got to do is you got to love the Father. Did you hear what? Love him. Why? Because he came as Emmanuel, God with us. The Son, you must accept him. Then, thirdly, and you got to do that, you got to be led by the Spirit. Yeah. And fourthly, which covers the other gospels, you must do your best to do what is right and good. When you do that, you get joy unspeakable and full of glory, because you're not caught up. He said, he who would put his shoulder to the gospel plow, what? Never look back. And he tells us, who's going to ever be a good soldier in life? They don't get entangled in the cares of this world. How many of y'all wrapped up right now? Ought to be joy in your heart now. Jesus came. We ain't got to wait on him. He came. God, glory. I said, he's already come. And all we got to do is follow his instructions. Because if we don't, we become brutish. And see, one thing you don't understand, and these are my last two verses, I want you to read Proverbs 22. And especially the parents, y'all spend a little time on the 6th verse. I ain't going to go there. But it says a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. Do you see what he's saying? Didn't say you couldn't have it, but you got to make a choice. How you going to get it? With my wisdom, and you'll be 10 years ahead of your contemporaries, or sit back and moan and groan and be caught up in all the nonsense of the world. The economy's bad. I don't care. But I'm going to lose. If God gave me that, then he'd give me another. That's what a wise person said. Hey, he promised me he'd take care of me. He'd supply all of my needs according to his riches and glory. Oh, Lord. The rich. Now, see what you understand. I love this verse because we all got to stand before him. It says the rich and the poor meet together. Do you understand what that's saying? The Lord is what? The maker of them all. See, here's the last verse I'm going to read. And listen very closely. God has told you enough now. You got to be prudent. It says, the prudent man foreseeth the evil. And what he do? He hideth himself. But the simple pass on and are punished. Well, how are you punished? 25% interest? Come on. Do I need to say any more? Everybody at each other's throat? Because you couldn't control your covetousness or your enviness. When God said, I got you covered. See, all those that playing like they so bad, they need to read Psalm 34 and 10. The young lion, meaning the one thing he's big and bad. The one, you know, the devil is a roaring lion seeking who he may destroy. The young lions do lie. See, in the business world, you refer to as a lion or shark. I ain't going to go into what it really means because I'm in the pulpit. And suffer, what do they suffer? Hunger.